Hi everyone. So you might be wondering why I asked you to do a cold task writing about an animal that came to tea. So I actually got the inspiration from this book. You may have read it before. This is called The Tiger Who Came to Tea and it's by Judith Kerr. A really well-known book and it's one of my daughter's favourites at the moment. So while I was having a little think the other day, I just thought this would be a nice one to do. So in this video, I'm going to read you the actual story. And then in another video, we're going to look at some planning we can do for some writing, okay? I'll also go through some things that we can talk about as we're reading the book as well, okay? So, I'm sorry it's a bit ripped, it's well loved. Okay, so here's the first page. Once there was a little girl called Sophie, and she was having tea with her mummy in the kitchen. Suddenly, there was a ring at the door. Sophie's mummy said, "I wonder who that can be. It can't be the milkman because he came this morning. And it can't be the boy from the grocer because this isn't the day he comes. And it can't be Daddy because he's got his key. We'd better open the door and see." Now, just before we move on from this page, there's some things that are a little different to sort of how you and I live, isn't there? What do you think it is? So we've got a milkman. Now, there are still some milkmans around, and we do get some milk deliveries like this, but this was in a time when this was how you got your milk, okay? You didn't go to a supermarket and buy it, it was delivered by a milkman. And we have grocery deliveries now, but they're mostly in cars. I have seen a couple of bikes around there recently, which has been lovely. And you may notice that some of the clothing, although you might think looks a little like what we wear today, there are some differences, aren't there? Okay, let's read on. Sophie opened the door and there was a big, furry, stripy tiger. The tiger said, "Excuse me, but I'm very hungry. Do you think I could have tea with you?" Sophie's mummy said, "Of course, come in," as you do when a tiger knocks at the door or rings at the door. So the tiger came into the kitchen and sat down at the table. Sophie's mummy said, "Would you like a sandwich?" But the tiger didn't eat just one sandwich. He ate all the sandwiches on the plate and swallowed them in one big mouthful. Oup. And he still looked hungry. So Sophie passed him the buns. And there she is, passing him the buns there. But again, the tiger didn't eat just one bun. He ate all the buns on the dish. And then he ate all the biscuits and all the cake until there was nothing left to eat on the table. So Sophie's mummy said, "Would you like a drink?" And the tiger drank all the milk in the milk jug and all the tea in the teapot. Why do you think you might have to be careful drinking all the tea in the teapot? It'd be very hot, wouldn't it? Oh, he's a tiger though, he's pretty strong. And then he looked around the kitchen to see what else he could find. Also apologise for sniffing. Hay fever. He ate all the supper that was cooking in the saucepans and all the food in the fridge. He's a greedy tiger. And all the packets and tins in the cupboard. Nothing left. And he drank all the milk and all the orange juice and all Daddy's beer and all the water in the tap. There's going to be nothing left. He's doing it there. Then he said, "Thank you for my nice tea. I think I'd better go now." And he went. Sophie's mummy said, "I don't know what to do. I've got nothing for Daddy's supper. The tiger has eaten it all." Oh dear. And Sophie found she couldn't have her bath because the tiger had drunk all the water in the tap. Just then, Sophie's daddy came home. So Sophie and her mummy told him what had happened and how the tiger had eaten all the food and drunk all the drink. And Sophie's daddy said, "I know what we'll do. I've got a very good idea. We'll put on our coats and go to a cafe." So they went out into the dark and all the street lamps were lit and all the cars had their lights on and they walked down the road to a cafe. There they go. And I always wonder, Can you see this cat here? What does that remind you of a little bit? A little bit like a tiger, isn't it? And they had a lovely supper with sausages and chips and ice cream. In the morning, Sophie and her mummy went shopping and they bought lots more things to eat. And they also bought a very big tin of tiger food in case the tiger should come to tea again. But he never did. Goodbye. So that was The Tiger Who Came to Tea by Judith Kerr. So I'm going to do another video to sort of talk about some writing that we can do. Okay?